Morning, guys.
Good morning.
iPad 2, I wonder who that is. iPad 2 person, who are you? Turn your mic on.
It's Georgia.
Oh, okay. Your name didn't come up today, Georgia, just iPad, so I didn't know who you were. Good morning.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
All right, so we're going to be finishing up our paragraph for C fever. So you guys are going to need to like split your screen again. We did not finish the graphic organizer, so you're going to need the graphic organizer. You don't need to pull up the text because we already did that part, but you will need the new posting with the document where you're going to actually do your paragraph. And I will share my screen with you. So if you go to the stream, you're going to need the paragraph document, which is here, if you're looking at my screen, and then the graphic organizer that we worked on yesterday. I will pull up my graphic organizer. Madison, could you turn your mic on for me, hon? Maddie, are you there? Can you turn your mic on, please? I guess she's not there. Morning, Caleb. Turn your mic on.
Morning.
Okay, so you need your graphic organizer from yesterday for C fever. And then also in Classroom, I posted the document where we're actually going to put the paragraph, okay?
Okay.
So get that open. And then of course, you're gonna have to like look at my screen as well. Morning, Kaden. I don't think Kaden, were you in Zoom yesterday, honey?
Wait, we had a Zoom yesterday?
We did, it was just delayed because we worked on a 2-hour delay yesterday.
Okay, I did.
Okay, so anyway, I think you missed that, but we were working on C fever and we were working on the graphic organizer for C fever. So in Classroom, let me just show you if I could find my Classroom. Here we go. You have a paragraph document, which we're going to be taking the information that we did yesterday, and then the C fever document graphic organizer here. So you're going to need both of those open, and then you're going to need to like go back and forth between my screen and that as we get going, okay? All right, just a couple of housekeeping things. Tomorrow, again, is the last day of the second quarter, so any work that you owe needs to get to me before then. I really would like any owed work today because tomorrow I am not going to be Zooming because you guys are going to be working on your iReady math assessment unless you are a remote dragon. So tomorrow, Fuller remote, Huskies. Let me try that again. Fully remote students, the ones that never come to the building, and the hybrid Huskies, the ones that come on Tuesday, Thursdays, and every other Friday, you are going to be doing your iReady math. Oh, Alex, don't get so excited because you're going to do it next Friday.
Dang it.
Dang it, you still have to do it, dude. Okay, so therefore, since kids are going to be working on their iReady in the morning especially, I'm not going to be Zooming class. I will be Zooming tomorrow, 8th period, for any extra help as well as today. But if you owe me work, please get it to me, tonight, early tomorrow morning, because I will be working on my second quarter grades tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing when I'm here. Okay. So therefore, anybody have any questions about that? All righty, so let's take a look at my screen, guys, and you can compare it to your screen. Those of you that missed yesterday's Zoom and didn't get these notes, what I'll do is I will walk through them. We'll finish the graphic organizer, and then while the other kids are working on their paragraph, I'll leave this up for you to look at. So the question basically, or the task is, it says, in the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield, the narrator's longing to return to the sea. In a well-written paragraph, give at least 2 examples of what he misses about the sea. So we went and we started like right from scratch. Whenever you get a question or a task to do, especially for a paragraph, it's always a good idea to highlight or underline, the different parts of it. So what is it that you have to write about? You have to give 2 examples of what he, the narrator, we should have highlighted narrator as well yesterday. He, the narrator, wants, what he misses about the sea. And you have to write it in a paragraph, and other information that's kind of important is the title and the author. So we made a claim statement saying, in the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield, there are many examples of why he misses the sea. Here are a couple. And anybody want to know how we should tweak that? Who the heck is he? We need to change he, and you can do this on your copy if you have this. Why the narrator, okay, misses the sea. Here are a couple. And then in detail number 1, the first quote, we changed the transition to the narrator states, I must go down to the seas again, and a gray mist on the sea's face and gray dawn breaking. And then we analyzed it and we said, this shows how much he wants to go back to the sea and feel the mist's face and see the sunrise. And then we had to go back and get another quote. And it said, the one we picked was, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. We did not put a transition in there, and that's okay. We'll do it when we write the paragraph. But we have to analyze that. We have to show how this proves our statement that there are lots of things that he misses. So I think for this particular question or task, we just need to explain what it is that he's missing. So in the line, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife, what is the narrator missing from the sea? Like, what does he want to go back to? Anybody? Hello. Go ahead, Haley.
To see the animals, the way they act.
Okay,
of.
just see the animals, and what else? Because there's something else there.
And the whetted knife.
Well, what's the whetted knife?
The wind.
The wind,
like-
right? So he kind of misses watching the animals, right? And he also misses having that sharp, cold wind in his face, it sounds like, right? So let's just use that. We don't have to make it real complicated, just keep it simple. So in this explanation box, we could say, this shows how the narrator wants to be able to see the sea creatures again and feel the cold wind on his face. Easy peasy. If you were not in Zoom yesterday, I would say at least get this box done. It's the analysis of detail number 2. And then, like I said, I will keep this up for a little bit for those of you in a little while. Okay, so now our graphic organizer is almost done. We have one more thing to do. I'm probably going too fast, so I'll wait a minute. So you could type. Good morning, Carl. Carl, can you hear me, Carl?
Carl.
There he is. Hello, Carl. So we're finishing up our graphic organizer from yesterday, okay? And then when we get done doing that, you're gonna take that information and put it in your paragraph, okay? There's another document for that. Okay, General question, when you do your concluding sentence, how do you go about doing your concluding sentence? Anybody?
The same thing from the beginning.
Yeah, you kind of just restate what you said in the claim statement, right? So you could start off with these examples, but let's just take a look at the claim statement. There are many examples of why the narrator misses the C. So we could just say, these are just two examples of what the narrator misses about the C. Period. Easy peasy. Okay. I'm going to shrink my screen for a minute. Not shrink it, but split it, I should say. Okay, so if you take a look at my screen for a second, in Classroom, you not only have the graphic organizer, but you also have the C Fever paragraph, okay? And I'm just going to take a look at this document. I'm not going to actually write in this document right now. I'm just going to open up one from somebody that's not here. Okay, so here's your directions, right? In a well-written claim evidence paragraph, answer the following question. Be sure to cite two pieces of evidence and write in proper paragraph format. And then I give you the steps, which basically mirrors what we did on the graphic organizer. And then I give you the question in the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield. The narrator is longing to return to the sea. In a well-written paragraph, give at least two examples of what he misses. At this point, if you have done your graphic organizer and completed your graphic organizer, this step should be fairly easy. But somebody please tell me, where should I start my paragraph? Because I'm having trouble with kids turning in stuff and I don't even know where the paragraph begins. So you tell me, what did I show you guys a bunch of times of where you should start your paragraph? Somebody? Anybody? I'll start calling them.
Me.
Go ahead, Haley.
You put it next to the end of the sentence and then you hit enter and then tab. That's how you
Okay, so
start
I'm
it.
gonna hit enter and I'm actually gonna hit enter twice and then hit tab. Okay, you see those green lines, that'll go away. This is because I'm in somebody else's document. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're gonna switch back and forth between the paragraph, this document and your graphic organizer, right? So I want to give you guys a few minutes to do that. And then we'll go over it. There is one place, if I pull this one back up, there is one place on our graphic organizer that we still need to have some sort of transition. So this is in detail number 2 box. You can't just go from, your analysis from the first quote and just plop this. You need some sort of transition. So you have a choice right now of either putting it in the box yourself, or you can do it when you write the paragraph. You just can't forget to do that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, let me pause my recording. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to, no, that's not what I want to do either. Oh, stop sharing. And then maybe it'll let me do that. Okay. I'm going to ask one or two of you to share your screen with us with your paragraph.
I'll share mine.
Okay, go ahead, Alex. Okay, let's let Alex go first.
Okay. So wait a second.
I think you want to share screen when it comes up. YouTube? Why you got YouTube up? What are you doing, dude? Dancing on me when you're supposed to be writing your paragraph? Gotcha. You're killing me, Smiles. Could you open up your paragraph, please? This is what Alex does when,
Rickrolled.
huh?
You've been rickrolled. You've been rickrolled.
I can't understand you.
You have been rickrolled.
Rick rolled. Could you open up your paragraph, dude? Oh, he really did do it. Okay, so make it big and then get rid of that sidebar there. So it's bigger. Hit that left arrow on the left-hand side, where it says claim statement evidence analysis. You see that little thing over there? Could you hit the left arrow? Up at the, above it, right there. There you go. Okay, could you read us your paragraph, buddy? What are you doing? You're making me crazy.
Okay.
Come on, we're trying to run the class here. Come on.
In the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield, there are many examples of why the narrator misses the sea. Here are a couple. The narrator states, I must go down to the seas again, and a gray mist on the sea's face / and a gray dawn breaking. This shows how much he wants to go down to the sea and feel the mist's face and see the sunrise. Another thing the narrator states is, to the gull's way and the whale's way / where the wind's like a whetted knife. This shows how the narrator wants to be able to see the sea creatures again and feel the cold wind on his face. These are just two examples of what the narrator misses about the sea.
Okay, good. Could you leave that up there, please? Because we're not done. Why are you so anxious to get off? You want to just go listen to music again? We're in class. No music right now. Jeez, kids. Carl, oh my goodness, it's a good thing he's not in this room, that child, Alex. Carl, could you do me a favor? Could you tell me what transition word or phrase Alex used before the second quote to the gull's way and the whale's way? Hint, his cursor's kind of near it.
Another thing the narrator states is,
Yeah, that's good, Alex. Could you highlight that for us, please? Okay, so he did what I told him to do, where he put that. Could you give that a highlight color, buddy, please? Okay, and then could we, let's see, who else is here? Haley, could you tell me what the phrase is that we use, the transition phrase before the first quote?
Wait, you mean like the claim statement time?
No, I'm asking you what the transition phrase was that he has before the first quote.
He has a comma.
I'm asking for words. What transition phrase? He's highlighted it for you.
Another thing the narrator states is
Okay, you're not understanding my question. That's okay. So what I was asking, Haley, do you see where he highlighted the narrator states? I was asking what transition phrase he used before the first quote in the paragraph. Okay. Who else is out there? Maddie's not answering me, so I'm not gonna call her. Georgia, let's just try to keep this in order. What transition words or phrases did he use before he, for his explanation of the first quote? Georgia, are you there? Alex, could you leave your screen up, please? Thank you. Okay, can anybody tell me what transition phrases he used for his explanation of the first quote, please? Alex, do you know? There you go, highlight it for us. This shows. What about going into the second quote? Into the second explanation. Go ahead. Okay. And then I would say these are just two examples in your last sentence. We should highlight in yellow as well. Okay. So the point about doing that is because I want you to see how much you need to use transitions, because if you read the paragraph without those transitions, it wouldn't make much sense. We did a good job putting all of this together, right? Okay. Now let's see, what's the hour of the day? I don't even know, because my screen's not up there. My time's not up there.
8:28.
8:28. Okay, so let's do one more. So Alex, could you stop sharing your screen, please? And then
Sure.
Haley, you said you wanted to share your screen, so go ahead. And I'll admit Akeem. Okay, could you get rid of that little sidebar on the left there? Yep, thank you. Okay, so could you kindly read your paragraph, Haley? What are you
I
doing?
had my mic on.
Okay, why
So
did
I-
you do that? You were up and running. Share, go to share, go to share. There we go. Okay, just scroll your screen up a little bit so we can see the whole paragraph. All right.
In the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield, there are a couple examples of why the narrator misses the sea. Here are a couple. I must go down to the sea again, in the gray mist on the sea's face, and the gray dawn breaking. This shows how much he wants to go to the sea and see and feel the mist face and see the sunrise. To the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. This shows how the narrator wants to see the sea creatures again in the cold wind on his face. These are just two examples of what the narrator misses about the sea.
Okay. Can anybody out there besides Haley tell me what she didn't do that I asked her to leave it up there, Haley, for us, please, okay? Who
The
sees what she missed?
transition.
Transition, where, Alex?
Before the quotes.
Well, she's got it for the first one, I think. Here are a couple. Oh, no, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, so for both of your quotes, Haley, you didn't put those transition phrases in there first. So put your cursor after here are a couple. Second sentence. There you go. Okay, and you need a transition before your quotation, honey. Okay, so you could say the narrator states, I don't remember what we stated, but you need to add the narrator states, comma.
Yeah, it was narrator states.
Okay. Comma. Okay, so do you see how that leads you into the quotation? Now let's go down to where you have the second quote. I think it's 1, 2, 3 lines down after the word sunrise. Okay, and you need another transition. The narrator also states. The narrator feels, something like that. Okay, while she's cleaning that up, somebody else tell me, there are a couple of other mistakes in here. Can anybody see them besides Mrs. Jost? Really? Everybody look at the way she wrote sea fever in her first sentence. Tell me what's wrong. What does she have to fix?
Capital letter.
Capital S, right. I think that was all I saw. Okay, so I think that's it. That's not bad, Haley. So, but it is really important that you use those few little phrases before your quotes, because otherwise you're just plopping the quotes in and it doesn't make much sense to somebody reading your paragraph, okay? So Haley, you could stop sharing your screen with us. Thank you for volunteering. Okay, So I'm going to end the class here in a second. Just a reminder, if you owe any work for ELA, you need to get that into me hopefully today or early tomorrow, because I will be doing second quarter grades. If you need me, shoot me an email, or you can come to 8th period Zoom for help, okay? So I'm going to end the meeting. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming.